everybody. I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope it's certainly beautiful outside. That is for sure. It's very, very nice. The temperature's about, I would say, probably feeling like in the 60s. You don't really need a jacket. I mean, I have on this shirt, so you don't need a jacket today. So if you are outside, I was outside for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours yesterday. I was outside, all day yesterday. And then today, of course, is Sunday, so I'm watching a football game. There's some games coming on, so today's Sunday, a good day to relax or be outside. Hello to you. Hello to everybody. Let me turn this on. Hello to you. Hello to everybody. My hope today is to certainly look at the weather again because it's nice. It's going to be 70 degrees today, so if you check out Fort Worth's calendar, the city calendar, they will have different events going on all throughout Fort Worth, not just over here. River East, that was fun yesterday, and then I hope to again volunteer there and do things with that place. I think it's a really, really great thing to volunteer in neighborhoods and help set up stuff like like barricades and just different things they need done. I think it's good to do stuff like that no matter where you live at. If there's a way to help out, you never know what comes from that too. So I look at that as me being able to also take pictures and sharpen my skills, because someday I want to be a photographer someday, because I was talking to a lady over there and she said, why don't you sell your work like on a canvas or large work? Yeah, that would be fun. And so I think for me, doing things in my life and trying to move in a positive direction, that's great. Also, I wrote on here that I want to talk about my hope and what I want for the future and what I want to try to do as best I can. I know for the last several months I've been angry and upset at people with Special Olympics Texas and people like that or whatever else, but I apologize to anybody, and that's just the honest truth. I apologize to anybody that I may offended or whatever else about that situation, but ultimately too, I want to come back and hopefully participate and play in Special Olympics someday. If it's not next year, cool, whatever. I want to play because I feel like while I'm old enough and young enough at the same time, I do want to play. Hey, how you doing, D? Good luck on y'all's season. I hope y'all do well, Arlington Impact. That was a team that I had played on, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that they gave me. Arlington Impact is a women's football team, and they promote real women's football. And I say real women's football because it is not like a lingerie league or something like that. It's real, they wear real, equipment and football stuff. And so just like, they wear real football stuff. And so I played with Arlington Impact, and D was the quarterback, and I think they still are the quarterback for that team. And I'm just grateful that I had an opportunity to do that. And if I can get my transportation together, I know I had talked to some people there. They said they certainly would want me back and getting in shape. That ain't no problem. I'm, in shape. I'm not, out of shape. None of that stuff. I'm going to always maintain being in shape, because being in shape overall, I'm happier being in shape. When you're out of shape, I don't know. It's not a good thing. I don't want to be out of shape. So I think playing football with D and Arlington Impact, that would be fun for me. That is right up the street. So if you do want to play next year and you have transportation and you have $1,000 in your pocket, it's cheaper than $1,000, but you want to make sure you have some kind of money so you can pay to play. That is told to you. You know what the costs are up front and what it costs to participate with Arlington Impact. They tell you everything in writing anyway. So They tell you right there, right then what it costs. So you know right then what it costs to play, and I encourage people to do something positive in their lives, whatever it is. If you play football, women's football, if you play sports, if you volunteer, something like that, because I know in my life, I am going to start doing a lot of that and volunteering and doing stuff so that I feel like I'm a part of the community. That's what I want to do and do things in my life. And someday, like a lady told me, she said, you're good at speaking. You should get on radio shows. You should certainly do that. And try to do things the right way. And I try to do that. I try to do things the right way in my life, and that's what I want to do. And with all people, try to make things right going into the new year and start off on a clean slate. It says, hi, Ashton, just saying hi. Have a good day. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate you, no doubt, because I always say hi to you if I can, or if you're on live. I haven't seen her on live a lot, but I know they're busy and trying to get ready for the upcoming football season for Arlington Impact, and all of that kind of stuff will be starting. They already had all their tryouts, as far as I know, that kind of stuff. And then after those tryouts, then people will prepare for the next, for the upcoming season. So their 2020 season is around the corner. So I certainly wish them luck. So in my life, I do hope to make a positive foothold. I will hopefully I was talking to a pastor of all things, talking to a pastor, and we talked about this situation, and he told me the best thing I can do is to try to make things right with Special Olympics, and do the best that I can, and I told him that might be the best thing to do, because I really don't know all the specific rules about what can legally be done, or what Special Olympics is even licensed to do in this situation. I have no idea. And all I want in my life is to play and be able to do track and field and basketball coming up in January. And that's what I want to do. And hopefully with those folks, I can sit down at the table and talk to them, not yelling, not none of that kind of stuff, not angry. Sit down at the table and talk to everybody, and have a serious conversation about the way I was treated. And I think we're adults, we're all adults, and that's what we need to do. Sorry if I hurt people's feelings about talking about them on the internet, or whatever the case may be. But I also felt hurt too as a person. And so all I want is to be able to come back and play. And when I'm in Special Olympics, of course, I won't talk about this issue, because then I'll be back and reinstated. If I'm back and reinstated, then I don't talk about this issue unless it is concerning me suing or something like that. But other than that, I won't be talking about it when the new year starts, if I am reinstated, because I do want to participate, and I do want to play. I mean, I'm 30 years old. I'm not 18. I'll be 40 in less than 10 years. So that's something too I have to think about. I want to be able to participate while I am physically able, because a lot of places, I don't know when they, send people to world and national games. But most leagues, when you 60 years old, and I don't see nobody that's 60 years old competing. I don't. So I'm talking about in regular sports. You don't see that. And so Special Olympics, I have to think about my age and stuff like that. And that's another reason I got upset when I was let go from Special Olympics. I'm not 18 or 19 years old. I'm in my 30s. And so when you can't participate in something, I can't get time back. I can't get time back when you are in your 30s. I'm not 18 or 19. The woman that got me suspended, she's in high school. So she has opportunities to participate in Special Olympics. I don't have the same opportunities like that because of my age. Um, but I will hope that they can sit down, excuse me, at the table and talk to me. Um, and I think that's what's best. They were supposed to meet me at a Mama Mia's or somewhere several weeks ago, and nobody showed up, so I don't really know. But I want to play. If my doctor tells me I can play other sports, I want to play. Of course, swimming. She doesn't want me to do that because that involves my shoulder, and she wants me to make sure I'm completely healed, and that's fine. But yeah, I just want to play, and hopefully someday I can, and that's what I want to do is participate and play. Um, in Special Olympics because I'm not young. I'm an older person, and you don't get too many other opportunities to go to a World Games. Not because you don't want to go or can't afford to go, because of your age. Your body doesn't allow you to do stuff. That's just a fact of life. And that was something too my pastor talked to me about. You know, I don't want to be banned from Special Olympics. I don't want Tim Martin or somebody or anybody else to think I'm mad at them. No, I'm mad at the situation and just felt like nothing was done about it. But like somebody told me, I don't know the jurisdictions and what Special Olympics has jurisdiction over legally. I do not know. But all I do know is I cannot deal with racism. And I've had to deal with that for decades. And Everett understands because he's my color, but other people that are not black, they don't understand that. I mean, it's they don't understand, and so I want to be reinstated so I can play because I I don't deserve to be suspended or banned for the rest of my life. I didn't commit a crime. I didn't do anything, and I always say that because this is America. And yeah, I said some stuff that I shouldn't have said. Um, you know, but I'm angry. I'm angry. Um, I'm angry, and I felt like nothing was done about it. And you feel like hello, I see you. You feel like you put your heart and soul. I see you. I see you put your heart and soul into something, and I did. I'm in my 30s. I'm 30 something years old. So when I got suspended from Special Olympics, I look at my age. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get opportunities like that girl. She gets to participate in Special Olympics. For another 20 years, she's 18 years old. They're in high school. You know what I mean? And so I only have so long physically when I can participate. Because when I'm in my 40s, I probably will not be. And that's just a fact of life. And so that's something I'm going to sit down and talk to folks about and talk to my coach about. I don't deserve to be banned from Special Olympics. Who cares about what I said over the internet? I didn't threaten nobody. Let's keep it 100. I didn't threaten nobody. I did not go outside the law. So if I didn't break the law, I didn't break the law. Who cares about what I said? I have the right to say whatever I want to say as long as it is within federal and state laws. As long as I'm not threatening nobody. None of that. Life is not fair. And I live in the real world. I don't live somewhere where my mom and daddy sheltering me or taking care of me. I live in something called society, and Special Olympics has to understand that too as an organization. I'm not on here trying to bash no organization. People like, well, you hate Special Olympics. No, if my family didn't want me in Special Olympics, my grandmother would have never signed me up for the program. I've been in Special Olympics since 1993. I don't hate Special Olympics. I hate the way I was treated. And so I need people to understand, and I'm going to repeat that again. I don't hate Special Olympics. I just hate the way I was treated in Special Olympics. One more time. I do not hate Special Olympics. I just hate the way I was treated in the organization. That's the way I can explain that. Because I don't hate Special Olympics. I just hate the way I was treated. And I think anybody can understand that. But also, like my pastor said, uh, you do have to try to make things right. Okay, I said that too. I said that I was willing to sit down at the table and talk to them. When that person told me he was going to come out here on Friday, I was at home. I was here. Did they come? No. Have they come to ask to sit down with me? No. I told my pastor, he said, have you made efforts? Yes. Have you written emails asking why you were suspended? Yes. Yes. So when I'm doing everything I can to try to sit down with people, and they're not, then they can't get mad at me when I'm angry or talking bad about an organization or a person. I'll repeat that again. You cannot get mad if you are not willing to come to the table and sit down and talk about issues. And you can't get mad if a person talks about you for not doing that. You can't get mad at somebody for expressing anger if you're not willing to meet with them or talk to them. I've tried to call Dalton. I tried to call, other people. None of these people have said, oh, let's just sit down and let's talk. No. Everything still to this day is about me not listening. Special Olympics never listened either for 2 years. For 2 years. I was supposed to shut up and be quiet about it. And no, I was not on social media even then talking about it. I only started talking about this stuff really in September on social media because I was attacked by somebody's parents and family. And that's not okay. And that's something that is not okay. I see your thumbs up. It's not okay to be attacked by somebody's family. That's not okay. That person broke the law. That's called slander. I didn't break a law. I didn't break any laws. The police told me, what did I do? I didn't do nothing wrong. But Special Olympics accused me of breaking the law. Okay. But anyway, what I try to do is make things right, and that's what I want to make right, because I know I didn't break no laws, and I know I didn't do nothing wrong. Like the police told me in Fort Worth, what did you do wrong? What is here where you did wrong? I broke some rules in Special Olympics because of what I talked about or the subject matter, or, oh my gosh, this is America. You can't fire somebody from some job simply because you don't like what they said. People have the right to say what they want to, as long as it's not breaking the law or threatening somebody. And I ain't never done that to anybody. Never have threatened anybody that I've talked about or mentioned. I ain't never threatened nobody. Never. Never. Because I'm not that kind of person. I keep everything within the law. Never threaten nobody. None of that. But I will continue and always say, but my life was threatened by somebody. And that's a problem. And I will always talk about that, but I will also try to make things right. And that's something that I will always try to do, is try to strive to make things right with people. Like when I went on the radio, I could have said horrible things on that radio station about Special Olympics and the way I was treated at World Games. That interview could have went from to something totally different. But I didn't do that. I ain't do that because I'm not that kind of person. I ain't never talked about no organization in a bad way on no radio station, unless I'm done wrong by that organization. I ain't even do that then. I didn't even do that then. I kept it 100% professional on that radio station. And I'm thankful for the lady who gave me the opportunity to talk about Special Olympics, because like she said, ain't nobody ever been on 97.9 to be talking about Special Olympics. No. And so, I just want to be able to do a lot of the things that I was doing, and to be able to do what I can. But I'm in my 30s, and so that's something I have to consider seriously and why I want to do track and field for the next World Games. I don't want to do swimming. I don't want to go through that, and I think that the way that Special Olympics can make it right, if you're trying to make something right, pick me for the next World Games for track and field. Because I shouldn't have to endure that kind of stuff, and that's one thing that somebody said. Because any kind of compromise would be better than going to court or suing somebody. I told Special Olympics that the night I got suspended, I told them, look, I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm not trying, none of that. I told them I was just trying to swim and go to state. I wasn't talking about even suing them that night. But I am now, because y'all have still had 4 months to deal with these issues and you have not. Still. And the issue is, why haven't you guys made a way to talk to me? State swimming was over with, and y'all still, nobody still talked to me after state was over with for swimming. You know, and all of y'all may hate me and not want to talk to me, but y'all will also understand and know that I did a lot for your organization. I did a lot that other people didn't do without their parents' help. You know, and that's something I don't have my parents helping me. I don't have to ask permission to do nothing. You know, but I do want to come back. I didn't commit no crime and I didn't break no law, but that girl broke the law. And that part, I'm not going to back down from. I am going to sue her and anybody else that was involved in that. Sorry. Sorry, that lawsuit is going to be filed because I'm not going to be treated the way that I was. But as far as with Special Olympics Texas, I don't know what is going on with them. I just know that I feel like people don't like me, and it makes me wonder about even going back, because if I'm not going to ever be picked for World Games, then why compete in something when you're not ever going to be picked? Because that's why you do all that working out, so you can be in the best shape possible to be picked. But if I'm not going to be picked because you don't like my attitude or the color of my skin or what I said, that's a problem. That's biased. That's not cool. And so I told Special Olympics even that night that I was not trying to get in trouble. I wasn't trying to do nothing like that. Wasn't trying to even sue nobody. Because I told them all I wanted to do was go to state swimming. And when they pulled me from state swimming, I had no choice but to look at filing a lawsuit. I've been out of Special Olympics for 4 months. You dang on right I'm going to file a lawsuit against that girl and her family. And the organization too. Because Special Olympics USA, it was their organization. It was their stuff. Special Olympics Texas telling me they don't have nothing to do with that. But they suspended me though. So I'm mad at them too. Who cares if they didn't have anything to do with what happened with Team USA? They suspended me. That's why I'm mad at Special Olympics Texas. So that's what that's
You
about.
may lose one when you fight to win. You may lose one when you fight to win. And my heart will never beat again, it beats again.